Welcome back to Inside Boxing Throwdown. My name is Steve Johnson, and today in the studio we have special guest Rob Red Hot Frankel. Rob's 32-12-1 with 6 KOs, and he's on his way to the Mountaineer Racetrack Resort and Casino in Chester, West Virginia, where he's going to take on the not-for-long undefeated Pittsburgh Kid Spadafora. Paul's 47-0 with 19 KOs, and Rob's going to put a dent in that undefeated record. Rob, welcome. Glad to have you here. Let's talk a little bit first of all about Paul Spadafora, 47-0, 37 years old. Has had some problems outside of boxing that have kept him a little bit inactive, but he's looking to get back in the mix of the top 140 pounders, and that's Timothy Bradley, Manny Pacquiao, the whole bit, the top guys, even Brandon Rios and our own Denver's Mike Alvarado. Manny Perez, guys that you're well familiar with, are all in the mix there at the 140 pound division. It remains to be seen if Spadafora still has the hand speed and the foot speed that he once had, that had him highly recognized as if not the top light welter and welterweight, one of the top ones. So how do you expect to deal with Paul Spadafora when you go up here to Chester, West Virginia this coming Saturday night?
The game plan is the same as always. The only thing is we just touch up on a few things that we need to have when we go and fight someone like Spadafora. The hand speed isn't there anymore. The movement, he doesn't have the movement or the hand speed he used to have. I watched his last fight. I wasn't impressed. I'm not too worried. I know that I don't ever underestimate any opponent though. I give him all the credit in the world for everything he's done in boxing. I think it's going to be a sad story for him on Saturday night. And, he hasn't been, I've seen some interviews that he's had, and, he hasn't said my name at all about who he's fighting. All he said is Mike Garcia's at Judah, and he's going to want to fight those guys, and this and that, and to me, it's disrespectful for me, to see that, because you haven't got through me yet. And I'm not, anybody that's watched me fight knows that I do bring my game, and I come to fight. And for him to just disregard me, and pull I'm going to say Adrian Bronner, what's his name? Who am I fighting? That's disrespectful. So, just hoping Saturday night, at the end of the night, he's going to say my name.
Well, speaking of Adrian Bronner, we know that you had a major part in that last fight that Adrian had, sparring work with Adrian, where he fought Gavin Reese. Adrian was actually here in Colorado Springs, and you went down, were a major part of that camp. How'd that experience help you?
It helped me out a lot. A lot of speed, a lot of confidence. Confidence builder. Felt great.
Good. Now the next thing, let's talk a little bit about some of the past fighters that Paul Spadafora, they've done very well in handpicking the opponents for him. Yeah. By that I'm saying, they had a guy from Australia, a guy from Ecuador, a guy from Mexico. These are guys that they brought in, a guy from Italy even, to come and fight him in his backyard. I think they underestimate you. For them to bring you in, and your resume far out distances. These are the guys you haven't fought: Cleotis Pendarvis, Bobby Pacquiao, David Diaz, just to name a few. I think they've underestimated you. Once again, you mentioned the respect thing. You think that disrespect is, well, it sounds to me like it's a motivation for you right now.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's actually a fight off, we tried to fight Spadafora before, actually.
Really?
His former manager, said no way. So now he's under new management or whatever, and they're willing to take that risk. And when I say risk, I mean risk, because I think it's a risky move. I'm not one to toot my own horn, but I think they're really trying to just look past me too much, and they don't see what's in front of them.
Well, let's toot your horn a little bit. I mean, we, because we're familiar with you, we happen to know that all of the names that we previously mentioned, you know, Mike Alvarado, Brandon Rios, Manny Perez, all these guys. I mean, even talking to, if you want to see Manny Pacquiao and Timothy Bradley, these are all guys that you have on your radar. You know, at some point you want to get them in the ring. This Paul Spadafora thing is a whole stepping stone for you.
Yeah.
And like you said, you're not doing like Spadafora and looking past him. Business first is him this Saturday night.
Yeah.
Expound on that a little bit.
Well, yeah, you know, I'm always like that. I don't ever look past what I got in front of me. I mean, it's nice to have dreams and aspirations for the future, but you know, I got work Saturday night to do. You know, after Saturday night, come away with the win, and then I can look, you know, at different things. Brandon Rios, Alvarado, other names that you said, you know, Zap Judah.
Anybody else?
Anybody that's in the 140, you know, you know, my resume speaks for itself. I'm not afraid to fight any of them. Obviously, you know, being in there with Spadafora, you know, and for me, it's business first, you know. So Saturday's business, you know, we'll get it done, do what we're supposed to do, and you know, hopefully I don't leave it in the judge's hands, and I can take it away from him.
So the game plan is, as we talked about before, it's start fast and finish fast.
Yeah, that's the plan. You know, I can go 10 rounds, easily.
Good.
No problem. I can go 20 rounds. I have no problem with my conditioning. My strength and conditioning is always good every time I fight. Paul, on the other hand, I don't know if he can handle my pace. I don't know if he can handle my pressure, because I'm bringing it. I'm going to bring it, and it's going to be a reckoning. I don't think he's going to understand what's going on because he hasn't seen anything like me. So.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. You know, this is one of the things that when we talk about Rob Red Hot Frankel, for those of you who are unfamiliar with, like we said when we started this segment, is that Rob is one of another in the long line of Denver's road warriors. He has no problem taking his show on the road. As a matter of fact, that's how he's got a lot of his following nationwide, is because Rob has always gone and never fails to give 100%. And that's what people want to see now in boxing. With the advent of this fight we just had this last weekend with Mike Alvarado and Brandon Rios, people don't want to see a lot of dancing around, and they want to see fight. You know, they want to see fight with some skill, and Rob has the skill. It remains to be seen if Paul Spadafora still has the skill, but we do know that Rob Red Hot Frankel, and I keep mentioning Red Hot because that's what everybody, and that's what's gonna, you know, the thing that's gonna stick in your mind is he's red hot. Rob, one other thing before we go, if you would talk a little bit about the excitement that you have for after you win this fight Saturday night, the future, what the future looks like for yourself. Whether you want to talk about inside boxing or outside.
Well, you know, my family, you know, I love them, and just gonna have some time together, you know, and do some fun things. And boxing, you know, I'm just gonna stay like I always do. You know, I'm always in the gym. I'm a gym rat, and get ready for something bigger and better. You know, Brandon Rios or anybody. I mean, I would love to be that fight for Brandon Rios. You know, and maybe shock the world.
Well, don't say shock the world, because it wouldn't be shocking to us. I mean, I already know that you're going to give it. It would be a great fight. But like you said, business at hand for Saturday night.
Yep.
That'll be the Mountaineer Casino Resort and Racetrack up there in Chester, West Virginia. Rob Red Hot Frankel taking on Paul Spadafora. Spadafora going to suffer his first defeat on Saturday night at the hands of Rob. Rob, we here, Aurelio Martinez and myself, would like to once again wish you good luck.
I know, man.
Like I said, come home with that win, be healthy, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. We'll be right back.